everyone, and welcome back to another sewing tutorial on this channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make this trendy kimono blouse with an extended peplum. This blouse can be paired with a pant and also a skirt. I used 2 yards of Ankara fabric and I totally love the fit. So if you're interested to see how easy it is to make this blouse, why not watch to the end? Hit on the like button if you find it helpful, leave a comment and subscribe to my channel if you are yet to. To make this blouse, you can make use of any fabric of choice, be it crepe or any other type of fabric that is not too stiff for the extended peplum to fall. Here I have Ankara fabric, which is 2 yards, but you might need more depending on the body size. Now the first thing you want to do is determine your shoulder to your waist measurement. Then you fold a part of your fabric into 2 using that length. After folding my fabric into 2, I went ahead to mark out the shoulder as well as the waistline. And the fabric on fold here is about 17 inches, which is half of my shoulder measurement plus extra 10 inches. And the length is my shoulder to my waist measurement, which is 16 plus extra half inch sewing allowance. This fabric here will serve as the front piece. The next thing to do is to mark the neckline. The width is 3.5 and I'll make the depth 2.5 because there's still going to be slits there. Now you can adjust this measurement to your preference. From the neck depth, the next thing you want to do is determine how deep you want the slits. For me, I want it to be 4 inches, so I will cut it open after cutting the neckline. Next thing is to mark half of the shoulder measurement, and mine is 7.5. Then from that point, you determine the length of your sleeve because this top has the sleeve cut together with it. I'll make mine 6 inches, then add extra 1 inch as hem allowance. And from the sleeve length, come down by 1.5 to 2 inches to slope the shoulder. Then connect the points to the neck width. The next thing to do is determine the sleeve opening. So from the shoulder slope, you measure how wide you want it. I'll make mine 6.5 plus extra 1 inch sewing allowance, making 7.5. Then I will connect the point. Now I don't want this entirely straight, so I'll go in by half of an inch. Next thing to do is take the round measurement. So I'll use where the sleeve opening stopped as a guide on where to measure the bust circumference. Go ahead and mark quarter of your bust circumference, then add extra inch or inches as seam allowance. I added extra 1.5. Then on the waistline, you mark quarter of your waist circumference. Then you add that allowance because that will be added, and mine will be 1 inch plus the extra 1.5 inches sewing allowance, making 2.5 inches in total. Then I will connect these 2 lines here with a curve to create the armhole curve. For the dart, I will measure half of my nipple to nipple point, which is 3.5. Go ahead and mark yours. I'll mark the same thing here, then connect the points. For the dart width, it is 1 inch, so I'll mark half inch on both sides of the straight line. Then from this point, I'll come down by 1 inch, then connect the points to create the dart. And this is all for the front piece. I will add half inch joining allowance to the shoulder, then go ahead to cut it out. I will notch the darts and open this up to show us what the front piece looks like, then set it aside to cut out the back piece. For the back piece, I also folded my fabric into 2 and I added extra 1 inch as zipper allowance. Now the difference between the back and the front piece is the zipper allowance and the neck depth. For the back neck depth, it will be 1.5 inches. So I took out the half inch joining allowance first, then I'll measure the 1.5 inches. I will go ahead to cut this out same way I did the front piece. At the waist side of the zipper allowance, I will measure half of an inch, connect the points this way and cut it off. This will help take out zipper bulge at the back of your blouse. From the waist, I will also go up by half of an inch, connect the points this way and cut it off. This helps to reduce excess fabric that might want to cause bulge at the back of your blouse. Now that half inch I took out from the zipper allowance earlier, I will mark it back inside. So when I want to fix my zipper, I will follow this new line and not the straight one. And for the dart, I will measure half of my nipple point like I did the front, which is 3.5. I will also measure half inch on both sides. Then notch it. And here is what we have for the back. Now that we are done cutting, the next thing to do is start stitching. I went ahead to cut out lining same way I did the main fabric. You can also use facing or bias to turn your neckline, okay? Now the first part to stitch is the shoulder, and I'm going to stitch the main fabric separately and the lining pieces separately. So I place the back piece on the front piece right side facing. Then I'll go over to the sewing machine to stitch with half of an inch. Afterwards, I will also hold the dart where I already made the notch, and I'll do the same with the lining. Now that I have joined the shoulder and held the dart in place, this is what the main fabric looks like. I also opened up the shoulder seam and gave it a good press. And this is what the lining looks like now. The next step is to use this to turn the neckline and the other edges of the main piece. I will place the lining over the main piece, right side facing each other, then stitch along the neckline with half of an inch. I will also join the lining here. I reduce the length of the lining by 1 inch so that a little of the main fabric can fold inside. After stitching the sleeves, I will go ahead to stitch this side and also the zipper side. After stitching, the next thing to do is notch the neck area and turn it right out. The next thing I'll do is give this a good press. After ironing, this is what I have. You can see the sleeves, a little of the main fabric is folded inside. And this is what the right side looks like. The next thing to do is to close the side. And this is how I will stitch both sides. After closing the side, you might need to notch the seam allowance so it can relax well. The next thing to do is to cut out the piece for the peplum. I already cut out the piece for the peplum and I folded it into 4, which is for the front and the back. I added extra inch to the back piece, which is for the zipper allowance. I want the length of this to be 9 inches, but then I added extra 1 inch hem allowance, making it 10 inches. To know the length to cut out for your peplum, just take out your half length from your blouse length. Then you add sewing allowance to whatever measurement you get. From the center fold of the front piece, I will mark quarter of my waist circumference. Go ahead and do the same. Now from that point, what I have left for the extension is about 23 inches. I will notch that part I marked for my waist measurement. Then open up the front piece. Now when you open up your front piece, from the first notch to the second notch, what you should have there should be half of your waist circumference. The next thing to do now is to go over to the sewing machine and stitch the hem. I will stitch this with half of an inch from where each notch stops down to the corner as well as the other hem of the fabric. I will also do the same with each of the back piece. After stitching the hem, the next thing to do is attach this to the half length. I already notched the center of the waist as well as the center of the piece for the peplum. So I will align the notch and pin it together. I will also pin the notch part to the side seam this way. I will be stitching this together with 1/2 inch, and this is what it will look like afterwards. For the back, I will open up the back panel and attach one of the pieces for the peplum this way. I will also be joining this with 1/2 inch, and after sewing you will have something like this. I will attach the second piece to the other side, then stitch it same way, and after attaching the peplum I'm also going to fix the zipper. Here I have stitched the peplum and also fixed the zipper, and our blouse is ready, and this is what the side looks like. So guys, with this we've come to the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next one.